Hi, thank you for tuning in to Creative Bliss Custom Creations. Today we're going to be making a tumbler top like this. And if you want to make a tumbler top and put it on a custom tumbler like this, keep tuning in and we'll talk about all the supplies you need. Please like and subscribe. Okay, so I wanted to go over the list of supplies that we're going to need to make the tumbler topper. You're going to obviously need a tumbler topper, a glue gun, a UV resin light. I got this paintbrush to apply the resin. I have two kinds of ice. I have the small little bead ones and the big ice, but you can use one type of ice if you prefer. I have a little medicine cup. I have a bottle of resin. I have my alcohol of choice, and I have tweezers. The only thing that I don't have on here that you might want to use is gloves. Whenever working with resin, you should use gloves. This is going to be one of those do as I say and not as I do videos because I have been working with resin for quite a few projects, so I don't need it because I'm going to use my tweezers and I'll be fine. And then if I do use it, I just wash it off really quickly. So those are the supplies that we're going to need. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I went ahead and set up my station. I like to protect the surface. If you've watched my videos before, you guys know that the supervisor is always looking to make sure I didn't mess up the countertops or anything in the house. So I always cover everything so he doesn't even know that I've done something. So he's gone right now. Kids are gone. So I'm in my sneaky crafter phase and we're going to go ahead and get started. So I didn't mention this weed before, this little cricket thing. I didn't mention that before, but I just use it to pop off my lid. I just pop it off because I want to use more space here. So I pop it off, put it to the side. Usually as crafters, we keep everything, but I don't want to become a crafter hoarder. So I've decided to throw this away. I hope I don't need it for something later. Gonna throw it away. If you can think of something I need it for, please leave it in the comments. So I take my tool, I'm done. I'm putting it over here on the side. Gonna go ahead and fill up my little medicine thing with some resin in there. I don't even use a lot. So we do this in sections too. So you have to have patience for this, okay? Don't do this when you about to rush and do something because this is not the time. While it's fast and easy, you have to use your UV's resin lamp light, or at least I do, to get it all on there good. So when I start with this, I usually start with gluing the bottle first. So do I want the bottle to be here? Do I want the bottle to be here? I want the bottle to be on this side. I don't know why, I just like it better on this side. Maybe because I'm right-handed, but that's just what I like. So you see, let me show you guys real good. You see where it's touching in here? That's where I'm gonna put the glue. You can't put UV resin on this because it's not strong enough to hold this. Okay, so we're gonna put the alcohol here, and I like it on the right side here. So I don't know if you guys can see here, but it's like literally right there and right there. We need the glue on here and not the UV resin because the UV resin will not hold it, okay? So we're gonna put the glue in those two spots. This just happens to be where I like it. I want it to be close. You can see the hole. You wanna make sure you're not covering the hole. This is where the straw goes, right? So this is where I'm gonna put it. It's close enough for me, okay? So let's go ahead and do that and then hold it for a couple of seconds. I got everything covered. I don't even think the supervisor knows I have a YouTube channel. Like, he has no clue. So I can go ahead and do this real quick before he finds out. And it's okay if some of those little glue hairs, you know how they stringy glue, hot glue comes? It's okay because we're going to cover all that up. Now, people usually some people take out the liquor that's in here and drink it, and then they put like vanilla in here with some glycerin in here. You don't want to put water in there because it'll mold with the vanilla. But I like to keep the liquor in there because this is a tumbler top. So obviously it's not going to last forever. You want to tell your customers that too. So when it does break or doesn't work anymore or doesn't do whatever it does, you know, you're going to be upset. And a nice way to get over being upset is to have a nice little shot. So I keep the real liquor in here. If you are selling it, I would suggest you taking the liquor out because you don't want to get in trouble for selling liquor or some sort of thing. I'm making these for my friends and I who are going away soon. So these are going to be awesome. So now that we got that on there, it's glued. You guys can see it. We can go ahead and it's not super sturdy, so I wouldn't be hanging it upside down, but you know, it's good. I have the resin in here. I'm going to use my paintbrush and I'm going to work on the same surface the whole time because as I mentioned, I do not want to get this anywhere on my countertop. He would literally kill me. This would not be a Netflix show. This would be a crafting and murder show. So we don't want that, right? Crafting and Who Did It show. So we are going to just put a little bit of resin down there. And I usually start with the smaller rocks because I feel it gives my bigger rocks a base. So I'm not using a whole lot. I'm just painting it on here very smoothly, very softly. I'm getting the sides too. And we're going to apply this in layers. So you will see. And you don't have to worry about doing this super fast and super quick because the UV resin really will not dry unless it's under the light. I mean, it'll take a minute. So I apply the whole base first. Look at my paintbrush. It's going to go right over here, guys. Do not get it mixed up with anything. Like I said, it'll ruin your counters and your countertops. So yeah, I showed you guys I was going to do it with my tweezers, right? I don't touch it, so for me it's okay. But I'm going to show you guys the correct way since we don't have any gloves going on today. Be careful not to cover the hole. The hole is where your straw is. And we got to get some down there because we got to make our ice. And I can use the back of this too to point it around. We got to get some spots for our ice there and for our bigger pieces to be. You want to cover the whole thing. At least I do. I don't layer them at this point because you have to let it dry. So I'm just doing the bottom. You guys can see right there. Just use my little thing, push a little further back. I don't want it to be too squishy. I don't want it to touch one another on top of one another. I just do it to the bottom. Okay, so one fell down there. Let's go ahead and poke it up. There we go, poke it up. Fell again, poking it up. Fell again, poke it up. There is enough room for the straw to go through, so don't be worried. But you do want to make sure that when you put it in under that resin light, it's not in that hole, because if it is, that's where it'll dry. So instead of moving things around, I made my cardboard big enough to slide right under the resin thing. Hey guys, you can see that this is all dry now. It's not moving. This one's still here. It wants to be a little butt. So I'll go ahead and glue that again. But this is the only one. I know an easy way to get this little butt here to glue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this last though. So now we're going to glue the big ones. I'm bringing my resin back over so I don't have to carry it over. And I'm going to just literally put it on and just put it on here and stack them how I see fit. I always do the sides if I know it's going to touch something. This one's going to be touching this, so that's fine. And it's doing the bottom too. This one is going to be touching like that, so I'm going to be just doing the sides of this. It's actually 3 sides that are touching. So it's the one side here, a little bit here, and then it was the bottom. Put this back over here, move my resin. And let's go back and stick this one back where I wanted it. I'm gonna use my paintbrush to get some resin on there. I'm gonna use a little bit of resin. You can feel a little bit where it's sticky still. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it there. It's real good now, sticking real good. Well, at least it's gonna make it stick good. There we go. Right there is where I wanted it, right at the mouthpiece. So let's go ahead and put that back under the UV light. I'm gonna slide it over. You can see it's stuck. It's not moving, it's not going anywhere. We're gonna continue building this tumbler top. And you just build it until you like it. So I'm gonna take a couple pieces of ice and just see where I might wanna put it. Like I probably wanna put one right there for me, you know? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put one there. And I would like to put one here, but I'm concerned about covering the tumbler top. And I don't wanna cover too much of the, I'm concerned about covering the straw hole. So I'm probably just gonna put it like right there. And that way the hole's still there. And then I can fill the rest in with little pieces of ice. Does that make sense? Probably don't even have to after that. And then I'd put one there. Do I want one in the back? Yeah, that's how I'm gonna do it, just like that. So let's get done. None of these are layered because they're all the other ones are dried. So once we do this, this will be our final layer. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave that down there. I'm not gonna fill the little hole down there because I like the way the top looks. So let's go ahead and get to gluing. So I'm just gonna speed up through this part. I'm sure you guys don't want to see how long it's gonna take for me to glue these pieces the way I want them. You can obviously glue yours the way you want to. I'm being sure not to make sure I don't cover the straw hole where I place the ice on the tumbler top. Make sure you can see it so the straw can get through. If you don't, you will ruin your tumbler top because the UV resin will set and cure over it. If it does happen, you can always use acetone to take it off, but you will cause your ice to be a little bit foggy as well. I also put the tumbler topper under the UV resin light a couple of times because I wanted to make sure it cured really well. You can see I used a Velveeta box because I didn't want the UV resin light to touch my tumbler top. So as a crafter, we always find things to help us. I found a Velveeta box and a pack of cookies to help keep it on top. So this looks amazing to me. I love it. I love it. I think we're going to have a great time when we go to our trip and everybody has their custom cup. This looks great. Tell me what you think about it in the comments. You can see how easy it is to make it. And if you want to learn how to do more crafts, please like and subscribe the video. Please hit the bell for notifications of when I get a new video. Don't forget to join the Facebook group. It's in the comments as well. If you want to purchase a tumbler, they are available on the website.